and welcome to our first hosted edition of News You Can Use. My name is Sean Petroff, and we have a great show for you today. We will be spotlighting several events organized by both students and faculty that have taken place across the district over the past month. First up, we'll catch a glimpse into the warm mornings of a breakfast getting together at Simmons Elementary just before Thanksgiving. This event is meant to provide an opportunity for parents and students to enjoy some time together and to connect with other families in the school. This report is brought to you by Bob Anderson. Let's take a look.
Each year, as part of American Education Week, we invite parents to come and have breakfast with their children. One day we have our parents in kindergarten, first and second grade come, and then another day, third, fourth, and fifth. And it's just an opportunity for them to come in, enjoy breakfast with their children before they go off to their busy day.
Children love this cereal. We have plain bagels, we have fresh fruit, apple wedges, orange juice, apple juice, pineapple juice, grape juice, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla milk, coffee, tea.
I like eating with my parents. And I love scrambled eggs. Eat with him.
We have two breakfasts, one for the children in kindergarten, first and second grade, and another breakfast for the children in third, fourth, and fifth. So the parents have an opportunity to go one day, or they can come both days if they want to. It's just a great opportunity for families to start their day together in a relaxed fashion here at school, get to see their friends, their neighbors, and have breakfast together before they start their day.
I like seeing my friends.
This is a parent's breakfast.
So what about mom and dad, huh?
It's okay.
It's okay, mom and dad, and hang out with your friends for a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just a nice casual way for parents to come into the school and have breakfast with their kids and have a great start to the day, and just a tradition here at Simmons as part of American Education Week.
From the look of their faces, I would say that breakfast was quite the success for both the students and parents. Next, we honor some of Hatboro-Horsham's most talented and dedicated young artists as they are inducted into the National Art Honor Society. Students with an affinity for the arts and a happiness to use their talents for the community enhancement are welcomed into this prestigious group. I'm sure that their skill, their work exhibits will astonish you as much as it did me. Take a look.
The induction ceremony is just a chance to recognize our really talented and dedicated art students who dedicate their time to community service activities as well as their own personal artwork. And it's just a great chance for their family and friends to come out and support them and recognize them for all their efforts. My name is Lauren Economo, and I'm the faculty sponsor for the Hatboro-Horsham High School National Art Honor Society. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome and thank our faculty and the high school administration, central administration, and school board members for attending tonight's ceremony. I would like to extend a special welcome to the parents and families of our new NAHS inductees. In the short period of time I've been teaching, I've been blessed to teach many extraordinary artists so far. When we think of someone having success, we often equate that with having talent and intelligence. But it also takes hard work, dedication, and a good character for students to reach their full potential. A major component to achieving this success is the love and support that our students receive from their family and friends. So tonight, as we honor these students, we also honor those people who have been there to support them each step of the way. Parents, family, teachers, and friends that have helped them grow into the well-rounded human beings that they are. This evening, the students before you will be inducted into a society created by the National Art Education Association for the purpose of acknowledging outstanding artistic scholarship, strong moral character, and community service. By exemplifying these standards, the individual student members of the society promote a positive awareness of art in their school and in their community. Though our induction ceremony is taking place tonight, these inductees have already been working diligently beside our veteran members to improve their community. This fall, our chapter has participated in multiple community service projects, such as face painting at several fall and winter festivals in our community, organizing a penny wars competition between graduating classes to raise money for the American Cancer Society, and designing and painting a mural for the Jarrett Nature Center, Hatboro-Horsham School District's outdoor classroom that provides an opportunity for all of our students to visit for observation, learning, and exploration experiences with their classroom teachers and families. When you have an opportunity, we strongly encourage you to take a drive down the road towards Simmons Elementary School to see our students' hard work and talent at the Jarrett Building. Future events happening over the next few months will include teaching art classes in the Simmons and Blair Mill after-school programs. These classes will range from edible art to drawing superheroes, and students will be researching, planning, and teaching their art lessons to elementary students ranging ages approximately grades 1 through 5. As we proceed with tonight's program, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of my fellow art teachers and art department in preparing our students who are being honored here tonight. Thank you. A big thank you goes out to Priscilla Martin and her Foods for Life students who prepared a variety of hors d'oeuvres for your enjoyment, and you'll be able to enjoy them right after our ceremony. And I would like to take this time to recognize and thank the person who founded our chapter over a decade ago. Lori Gallagher has been a mentor to hundreds of art students over the years, as well as her colleagues, due to her continued dedication and commitment to our students' success in the arts. So on behalf of our membership, we'd like to thank you for your hard work and dedication to NAHS over the years, and we would like to present you with a special gift. So once again, thank you for all joining us tonight to celebrate the achievement of all of our new members. Enjoy the program, the hors d'oeuvres, and our students' artwork. I would now like to introduce our secretary, Senior Sylvia Chan, who will begin our ceremony with the elements of art.
Color. Color comes from the sun to all things on earth. Line is the edge of all things on earth. Form is the mass of the earth, and texture is the surface of all the earth. Space is the void, the emptiness, and balance is equality and harmony, and movement is time and energy passing. Thank you.
Inductees, please stand for the National Art Honor Society Pledge. Please repeat after me. I will in my life, to the best of my ability, through my talents in art, help to create a more beautiful world, for myself, for humankind, and for all living things. Inductees, please remain standing as our Vice President, Junior Katie Reed, lights the candles which symbolize the colors of the National Art Honor Society, red, yellow, and blue.
Inductees,
When your name is called, please come forward to receive your certificate, National Art Honor Society pin, and a red carnation. Christina Bennett. Brianna Bronco. Dawn Carr. Sylvia Chan. Elena Clarkin. Nicole DeAndrea. Jen Fugay, who could not attend this evening. Brian Graff. Lindsay Gwim. Kelsey Hager. Lindsay Kelsey. Katie Reed. Julia Wright. And Dara Surs.
I will now recite the reading of the charge. Take of the world its colors and forms, its lines and textures, its balances and movements and spaces. Combine all these into a beautiful statement of what it is to be human. Give back to the world that same element of beauty that you as an artist take from it. Create beauty in the world with your talents and your living. Please be seated.
I will now be reading a reflection of what the senior class has thought of their years through art. When it came time to look back on our experiences in art over the past years of high school, each of the seniors from this year's graduating class had separate memories which were important or special to them in particular. However, there was one special idea that everyone could agree on no matter what. Every single senior in the NAHS agreed that here at HH, the art students become a family. A family of love, someone had said, and though it may seem silly or cliched, every single person nodded their head vehemently in agreement. A family we are, and a family we will always be. There's something so uniquely special about art that allows us students to form a bond not typically found in any of our other academic classes. Only your fellow art students understand you when you sit down in front of a still life and complain, I've literally drawn this 28 times and it still doesn't look right. If we walked into algebra class with these same complaints, the people around us would just roll their eyes and say under their breath, art students. But here, your family understands. We share success and failure, laughs and quite honestly tears. There is seldom a day when a project is due when you don't hear everyone around boast of the unhealthy 2 hours of sleep they got the night before, all done in the name of art. No other class has such a collective understanding as an art class. When you complain about the hallway drawing in Art Major 1, everyone around you will sigh in agreement. And all the students in this year's AP Studio Art class understand that when the end of the week finally rolls around, your day is made so much better when you remember that it's time for the weekly Food Friday tradition. This year's Art Major 2 class knows that each morning they can look forward to having a cup of coffee in first period because it's easier to think about your artwork when you have a little pick-me-up. Your art family always understands, and they know exactly how to make you feel better because they've probably been in the same situation themselves. They always praise your work, but they also give you constructive criticism. They're your inspiration, guidance, and help. They are your biggest fans, and most importantly, they're always there for you. All of the seniors of the class of 2012 also agreed that our family of art would be impossible without the amazing teachers we have who are able to guide us through our artistic experiences. Nearly every student who takes art classes in the high school has Ms. Gallagher as a teacher or helper at some point, and that is lucky for them. No matter what the situation, Ms. G is always there to help us and encourage us to do our best. And one of the most important things we've learned from her is that when you're in a situation when you don't know what to do, you ask yourself, what would Gallagher do? And you'll probably be just fine. This year, Ms. Economo is the new advisor of our society, and we are so appreciative to have her. She brings her enthusiasm and excitement to our club, and we look forward to continuing to work with her. With her help, we have already completed an entire mural project down by the Jarrett Nature Center, and it looks fantastic. We are all very thankful that she took up the position of our club advisor because without her, none of this would be possible. We'd also like to thank the other teachers who have helped us through our time at HH, like Ms. Sweet, Mr. Coleman, Ms. Pascoe, and Ms. Collins, for they allow us to further our exploration in the arts and help us to achieve what we desire. As we depart our final year as seniors, an entire future lies ahead of us, and none of us are completely sure of what we're doing. Some people will be going off to attend art school in the fall, while others know that they've left behind their formal art classes in high school, but that's not really important. What's important is that we've had this special opportunity to be a part of something here at HH, which will carry on for the rest of our lives, no matter what the future holds. We will go off, find new people, make new friends, and start different families of our own. But we'll always remember the connections we made in high school. After all, a family we are, and a family we will always be. Thank you.
I will now introduce our guest speaker for this evening. Kim Rubenstein is the HHEF Marketing Coordinator and a local business owner. She's originally from Pittsburgh and attended West Virginia University, where she earned a bachelor's in science and of journalism and public relations. She spent several years after college in display advertising department for a mid-sized newspaper and was hired to work at a small graphic design studio in Charlottesville, Virginia in the mid-1980s, leading her to discover a profession in the arts that has brought her great joy and fulfillment. She currently owns and operates Kim Rubenstein Graphics. Please join me in welcoming our local designer and active member in our community affairs, Kim Rubenstein.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for inviting me to be here tonight. It's truly an honor. As I quickly walk through the exhibit, and I've been to this event a number of times, and every time I am just consistently blown away by the talent that these young adults have. It's really just quite amazing, and I want to take some more time and take a look around, but really I am in awe of all of you and your wonderful work. So I really don't consider myself to be an artist in the sense that all of you are, but I am deeply humbled, as I said, to be in your company. I suspect that one trait that I share with some of you might be insecurity. We put our heart and soul, along with years of trial and error, out on display, inviting others to take a look at our work, inviting criticism, a nod of the head here and there, and if we're very lucky, an occasional gasp of astonishment as others take in our work. As a graphic designer, my job is to create a visual representation of whatever my client wishes to project. Sometimes that includes branding or logo design, an invitation, a poster, outdoor signage, a website, anything that can communicate who that person or organization is to a targeted audience and displayed in an instant. The anxiety kicks in when I present my work to clients, when they're looking over the result of my efforts, which usually includes a selection of ideas I've already rejected, reworked, and refined. I wait, breathless, hoping to see a signal that their eyes have landed on something that they've connected with. When our vocation requires us to produce something that is as subjective as art and design is, and that is so open to scrutiny, we may become inhibited or choose to play it safe. But I've come to believe that insecurity is actually essential to our work. If we had nothing but confidence in our abilities, what would be our motivation to try something different? We must challenge ourselves to exceed our own expectations. Frank Gehry, the crazy talented architect who designed the Guggenheim Bilbao Museum in Spain, he said this about what drives his work. Quote, "For me, every day is a new thing. I approach each project with a new insecurity, almost like the first project I ever did, and I get the sweats. I go in and start working. I'm not sure where I'm going. If I knew where I was going, I wouldn't do it." End quote. I don't always love what I produce, but I love the process. I'm extremely fortunate to have found what makes me very happy, and sometimes people actually pay me to do it. How cool is that? I work part-time as the marketing coordinator for the Hatboro-Horsham Educational Foundation, the HHEF. I produce all of our graphics, which is like having a different project at every turn. At one moment, I might be working on a marketing campaign for our grants program, which I'm very, very proud of. On another day, I'll be designing posters for an upcoming event, which might feature a performer, an ice cream mogul with a social conscience, a scientist, an author, or an environmentalist. And one of these days I need to start working on our upcoming 25th anniversary, which will take place next fall. We're very proud of that as well. So there is great diversity in my job with many opportunities to challenge myself. The rest of my time is spent on a wide variety of graphic design projects. My clients include a watershed for whom I've designed trail maps and environmental signage. I work for a pain center, a handbag designer, a restaurant, a home services company, the township library, a financial analyst, and a social marketing manager. Again, lots of diversity. I really get to have fun when I work on my favorite pro bono projects. My husband likes to say I put the free in freelance. Something I've spent a great deal of time on lately is the Be a Part of the Conversation program that the school district has initiated this year. You may have seen the bright green posters around the building. Also in this school is the Athletic Wall of Fame near the main offices. That was a great opportunity for me to collaborate with Nancy Paravano, a local professional photographer who is shooting tonight's event. Nancy has an extensive archive of Hatboro-Horsham athletes in action. She provided the photos, and I put them into Photoshop to give them a painterly effect. I then worked with a local sign maker on the design and installation of the panels and the timeline above them. That was a lot of fun to put together, and it was a great pleasure to collaborate with my very talented friend Nancy. I also had the pleasure of designing the LED sign in the high school's front yard, along with its little sister at the administration building on Meeting House Road. I have to say that despite the occasional sweaty palms and fear of rejection, I feel quite fortunate to have found an occupation that allows me to create, to promote, and hopefully to inspire. So I encourage you to embrace your insecurities, to continue to do the work that you love, and to be grateful every single day that you each have such remarkable gifts to share. And now I'm going to just beg your indulgence for another moment and put on another hat. I'm going to talk on behalf of the Jarrett Nature Center for just a moment. So my hat has daisies and butterflies coming out of it. Picture that. I left out this other project that's very close to my heart. For the past 10 years, I've proudly volunteered my time at the school district's outdoor classroom, the Jarrett Nature Center. I had the pleasure of working with an NAHS alum back in 2005 when Allison Foster was a senior and sketched and painted 25 or so representations of plants and wildlife that are native to the Nature Center. I incorporated those illustrations into 5 permanently installed signs that describe various ecological features throughout the property. 2 years ago, Sarah Sweet and her Ceramics 2 students transformed a historically significant outdoor fireplace into a whimsical storytelling chair that features oversized vines, a giant mushroom, and a mermaid emerging from the chimney. And most recently, a long-awaited wish was granted when Miss Economo gathered her remarkable students and created an extraordinary mural on the Jarrett Dairy Barn for all to see as they drive or walk along Hatter's Way. The many hours that included hauling out extension cords, an overhead projector, ladders, tables, and a substantial amount of art supplies are appreciated beyond any words I can express today. Your depiction of life in the Nature Center will certainly compel those who have never visited that special place to finally see what it's all about. And you have inspired me and the hundreds of students, teachers, and volunteers who have loved the Nature Center for many years to continue our work. On behalf of the Jarrett Nature Center Advisory Board, I would like to present each of you with a certificate of appreciation, which is just a very small way of saying, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
The members of the National Art Honor Society would like to thank you for joining us tonight. Please stay and join us for food and refreshments and enjoy viewing our artwork.
The artwork you see on display here tonight is a variety of a bunch of different media that the students have all worked in throughout all the courses here. You'll see mostly two-dimensional work, though there is some 3D work throughout the room from the ceramics and the jewelry courses. But our students, mainly to build their AP portfolios for college, will do two-dimensional drawings and design work, so you'll see a lot of that here this evening.
Art here in Hatboro-Horsham is really important, and it's really great being in National Art Honor Society, mostly because I'm in art major 2 right now, and a lot of the seniors are in AP art, so I get to know them better because everyone who does art is just really wonderful people, and it's just a great little community, and everyone's just so fun and crazy, and it's like Allison said, a family, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of like I don't belong anywhere else in the school except for here. It really made me grow because I saw how incredible everyone else is, and I was like, shoot, I really need to work at it. And it gives me motivation to be better and better and to just like challenge myself.
Here at Hatboro-Horsham School District, we're actually extremely lucky that we have a school board, a central administration, and a community that really supports the arts. I think there's evidence of that here tonight with all of the diverse student artwork we have. We have a great program in metals and ceramics and jewelry. We have amazing graphic design and digital photography areas, and then we also have our fine arts area, which provides many, many different courses for a variety of different talents and skills. So we're really lucky that we have the support of the community behind us, because otherwise our students would not be able to accomplish what they have accomplished today.
Congratulations to all of those inductees. No doubt their abilities will unfold a colorful and rewarding future for them. On to KV, students showed their support for American veterans, past and present, by hosting a Veterans Day breakfast. All veterans were welcome and came to enjoy the food, as well as each other, in a thankful and commemorative atmosphere.
Veterans Day is going to set aside to honor every soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, and Coast Guardsman who gave some of the best years of their lives in service to our country and stood ready to return to the front lines when called. To the 22 million veterans among us, I speak for the state legislature when I say thank you for your service. Our veterans are drawn from many generations and many backgrounds. They're Americans who stormed the beaches of Normandy, stood against the bitter cold of Korea, trudged through the jungles of Vietnam, and endured the heat of the Middle East. They're veterans in their 80s who served under MacArthur and Eisenhower and saved the liberty of the world. They're also veterans in their 20s who played key roles in bringing Osama bin Laden to justice. Our nation will always be proud of their service. On Veterans Day and always.
Mr. Crosby started it out, and this is about the 7th year, I guess, and I was always in the shadows helping out behind the scenes. Since he retired, he asked me to help out, and we had a really good turnout this year. We had over 120 veterans here and their families, and it was nice to see the guys from all different branches and all different eras of the military. We still have some World War II vets here. They seem hearty and hale, and they have a lot of great stories. It's great to see the young kids interacting with the older people. I think that's how history continues on.
My mission is to pass on what the old timers taught me. I see all these Vietnam guys, all these guys that taught me stuff. Well, your message that you thought I didn't get because I was snot-nosed and cocky and didn't say all the right things, because I knew everything. I passed it on, and your message came on. These young people that are sitting next to you, remembering your grandparents and all the people in your family, we appreciate what you're doing, and you just keep carrying it on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that there's kids out there today, they're getting the message. You're passing the word. These young people are getting it. I right now have 4 officers that came out of my program. Over the last 5 years, I've had 4 people come out of the academies. I have 2 in the academies right now. I have 12 soldiers and sailors out there that are serving this country. 1 just came back. He too didn't do good enough, but he just came back to visit for us. And again, it is, even though we sometimes get caught up in the television and all the crap going on there, it is being passed on. So again, give yourself a round of applause for telling your kids and your kids, grandkids, thank you for coming today.
Traditional word-of-mouth stories that get passed down from generation to generation, things you don't see in the history books, anecdotal things. I think this is an important venue for that. I just heard from 2 World War II veterans, Navy veterans. They were talking about on the USS Texas, and I never heard this. I'm a real big historian on the World War II. That on the USS Texas there was a crap game going on for 2 years, and the officers were kind of told, "Don't come down here." It was totally illegal against Navy regs to be gambling on a ship, but for 2 years this thing went on as the Texas went around the South Pacific during World War II. And who knows how much money, I asked the guys, how much money do you think was handed back and forth in this crap game? And he said, you can't even calculate it, how many thousands or maybe millions of dollars, who knows. So these are the things that kids hear, and it's part of the American fabric, and I think that's important to have. We need to reconnect with the old people in this country, the elderly people, the people that are more seasoned, if you will, and let the young kids see that history just isn't from a textbook, that it's right around us every time we turn around. There's living history. I'd like to thank the principals who gave us the opportunity to do this. The student council came up with all the money to pay for the food. This is becoming an event that everybody looks forward to, and it's a real credit to the school district and to Keith Valley and to the people that work here to really keep this thing going. So I appreciate everything, and hopefully next year it'll even be better.
Here's to the red of it. There's not a thread of it, no, nor a shred of it, and all the spread of it from foot to head. But heroes bled for it, faced steel and lead for it, precious blood shed for it, bathes it red. Here's to the white of it, thrilled by the sight of it. Who knows the white of it that feels the light of it through day and night? Womanhood's care for it, made manhood dare for it. Purity's prayer for it keeps it so light. Here's to the blue of it, beauteous hue of it, heavenly hue of it, star-spangled dew of it, constant and true. Diadems gleam for it, states stand supreme for it, liberty's beam for it, brightens the blue. Here's to the whole of it, stars, stripes, and pole of it, body and soul of it, all in the roll of it, sun shining through. Hearts in accord for it, swear by the sword for it, thanking the Lord for it. Red, white, and blue. God bless America.
The importance of recognizing the sacrifices made by American veterans throughout history is a significant message that the students at KV understand fully. Much thanks to them for providing an environment where that message could foster. Next, in similar sentiment, students at KV hosted an intergenerational brunch with the hope of allowing family members a chance to see a day in the life of a KV student. All were invited to come to a small breakfast with students and then were turned loose to explore the school with the help of a student guide.
morning. It's a chance for you all to sit, talk, eat, and then in about 10 minutes or so, the school doors are open. You have an all-access pass to Keith Valley. So students, you are to take your guests around and show them your day here in Keith Valley. Okay, so your dinner table conversation, when they talk about period 2 and Mrs. King, you'll see period 2 and Mrs. King. Today is our 6th grade intergenerational brunch. Years ago we called it our grandparents brunch, but we decided to expand it over the last couple of years to include relatives of all ages, so our students could really get a chance to show what Keith Valley is all about. So when they get home at night, or if they're at a family function, they say, you know, this is what Mrs. King did today, or this is what I did in our technology class, or this is what I did in Spanish. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins can really get a chance to see what Keith Valley is all about. So we're very proud of this outreach program here at KV.
Good morning, I'm Lenora Clark. I'm Maya Clark's grandmother. Maya's in the 5th grade. This is her first year in this school. The difference is, I think, the biggest difference is that there are smaller classes than when I went to school. There were 100 children in my 1st grade class. There were 50 in subsequent classes all the way through. And I think they have a better opportunity to learn. I think this is a very good program that they have for the children, that their grandparents can come to the school and visit. I think this is a very good school.
I'm sure those parents and grandparents were grateful to have a chance to gain a closer look into the daily routine of their Keith Valley student. Well, the holidays are upon us yet again, and to help get everyone in the spirit of giving, the high school hosted its yearly charitable Breakfast with Santa event. Children from across the district gathered to create holiday arts and crafts as well as a chance to meet with Santa. This year, all proceeds from the event went to the American Heart Association.
I think it was about 20 years ago, one of the students and I went to a workshop and we heard some creative ideas of things to do for fundraisers for our projects. And this year it's the American Heart Association. And one of the ideas was to do a breakfast with Santa. So we thought, what a great opportunity, we'll see if we can do it. So it started off very, very small scale, and it's really grown to a really huge and nice event.
It's an event that the Hatboro-Horsham High School FBLA Club throws every year, and a bunch of kids in our community just come and have breakfast and get to see Santa, take part in crafts and all these other fun activities, and everyone really enjoys it. A lot of kids usually show up, so we're excited today.
We got Rudolph.
Rachel, what do we have?
And we have a dog. Here, tell them what we got here.
We have candy.
Candies, reindeer.
I try and get the entire FBLA club to get involved, and this year we have a lot of members from NHS, and we have members from student council, like all clubs across the board.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas.
Kids just enjoy themselves. First, they're gonna get a little gift bag. It has an eraser in it, like some other cute toys that they like, and then they go over, wait in line for Santa, get a candy cane, come in here where our volunteers will like take a kid like as their own, and they take them through the whole process of Breakfast with Santa. They'll bring them over to get food, and they'll take them over to eat, and then if they have questions, the kids can come back and like ask them, and then they'll go back and do crafts, and they just kind of walk them through the whole process.
What do you want? What do you want? All right, we need another pink flower for you.
I had to go around to a lot of different businesses. I try to do a lot of local businesses and get them to donate like anything, even like breakfast foods, like cereal or donuts, and then all the way to like crafts and like markers. And we need like so much stuff. Getting a lot of Christmas balls was another big thing. We needed to get decorations, we needed to get a lot of food. It was challenging, but it was a lot of fun. And it took time, but we got it all done, and I really appreciate all those people who donated.
I want Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah.
360?
Yeah.
Very cool.
A lot of our students that are participating in this particular Breakfast with Santa have been students that attended the Breakfast with Santa. So they remember going through it themselves and how they felt when they left here and how much fun they had. And they love it. When they see the little ones come through, it really puts a smile on their face. And it's all about community service and giving back. And that's one of the biggest things that we try to teach them in the Future Business Leaders of America is not only how to be a good leader, but one of the big areas in businesses is to be able to provide back to your community so that it can really nourish and flourish.
I measure the success when a kid leaves smiling and happy and just pleased with what they've just did. I mean, it's all about the kids today. That's really the only way you can measure great success. And when they have fun, that's my success line.
Santa has been pretty busy in our district, it seems, as he's also appeared in the Penny Pack clothing drive. Along with contributing clothes for those in need, students and family members were able to participate in several different holiday-themed activities. Take a look.
Parents and students from the Penny Pack Elementary School got into the holiday spirit with their annual Breakfast with Santa celebration. Children enjoyed face painting, arts and crafts, plus a delicious breakfast to start.
And last night we made 52 casseroles. They get refrigerated overnight and then cooked this morning. We will definitely go through them and make more today.
After chowing down breakfast, it was time for the kids to burn off all that stored energy. Scattered around the gym were holiday-related activities where children could participate in.
Did you make honor roll? You were close, right? Real close. Make sure you help out at home. What do you want for Christmas?
But the big attraction is always Santa, who was there to hear the Christmas wishes of every child. Seeing Santa is always the centerpiece for the event, but the most important holiday message for that day was the act of giving. Principal Amy Roslevich explains.
Breakfast with Santa is a yearly event here at Penny Pack, and this year we had the opportunity to also combine a community service project with Impact here in Hatboro, where our students took time over the last couple weeks to explain what Impact does and how they can make a difference by bringing items to school that can then be donated, sold, recycled to benefit various charities.
We're a nonprofit. We support 16 charities, and everything that we take, we resell. Anything that we can't resell, we recycle. Anything that can't be sold right away is always used again.
While Penny Pack students were helping Impact clothe the poor, Hatboro-Horsham High School students gave their time to the event by helping out with various arts and crafts stations.
The high school students, we have a partnership with our National Honor Society, and so the children at the high school or the students at the high school earn hours for National Honor Society by coming to help out at our Breakfast with Santa.
The underlining theme surrounding this year's Breakfast with Santa was the giving of time and resources to those less fortunate. Many of the students and volunteers found that you can have fun while contributing to a good cause.
While Penny Pack was donating clothes, students at the high school were busy going out into the community to collect bags of non-perishable food through the Feed a Friend program. The students put in a full day work collecting and then sorting all the donated food. By the time all was collected, the students had amassed a staggering amount of donations that will be given out to the needy within the district during the holidays. Their hard work will be massively appreciated come the next couple weeks.
Well, this is the 6th year that the Hatboro-Horsham Student Council has been doing the Feed a Friend program. And, I mean, you'll see the action behind us as the students from Student Council and several other organizations are working really hard to bring in stuff from the community. What we do in Feed a Friend is it starts in December, and on one Saturday we take out a whole bunch of plastic bags or paper bags to the community, and then on there the instructions are very clear. Hey, bring those bags, put them on your doorstep, and we'll be back next Saturday to bring them back to the school. What you're seeing now is the efforts of those students going out to the communities of Hatboro and Horsham and collecting all the food donated by the community members. And they'll then take it and essentially fill it up and make a food pantry out of the high school lobby.
We started this process out actually 2 months ago, starting to try to get corporate donations and bag donations, which I would say was the hardest part. And then we split student council up into families with like 2 parents who both drive, and they were assigned a territory of the district. We split it all up, and we actually got community members and other clubs to help out, which was really great. And they all dropped off a bag at each door in the district, and this weekend we pick up all the bags, hopefully full of cans, and we sort them and do a bunch of different categories, and then we move to like boxing them for each of the families that need help in our area.
What's going on behind the scenes, though, is my wife, Mrs. Thomas, is calling. Now it's 90+ families from all the schools in Hatboro and Horsham. It's high school families, middle school families, and also elementary school families. And those are the names of the Feed a Friend list. And those names have been gathered from high school teachers, middle school teachers, and elementary school teachers, and also their counselors. And people who see those kids day to day in the classroom, and they know not everything's great at home right now, and that's how we say, well, we say feed a friend, because these are literally children that we teach every day and are sitting in our classrooms every day, but we know at home there are one or both parents out of work, sometimes single families, sometimes there's a lot of sickness, disease, illness. There are just circumstances that we can't even see within day-to-day business of school, but yet when they go home, that's what they face, and that's their reality. So the least we can do is try to help out our friends, feed a friend. One of the other new things this year that Mrs. Thomas thought of was something called Magical Mornings. Last year we started expanding this beyond the high school to the middle school and elementary level. And we found out very fast that the high school families also had little kids at home. So we wanted to be able to help them out with gifts too. So Magical Mornings was created alongside of the Feed a Friend program. So this year, for the first time, not only are we giving them a turkey dinner, all the fixings for a big holiday feast, but also then enough groceries to get through for about 3 to 4 weeks, because you'll see the sizable amount of food that this will generate. But also now, the people on the other line, when we call them and say, you're part of our program, what is it you would like us for gifts to give you so that you can have something special on Christmas morning or around the holidays for the kids at the house? And whether that's a gift card from Toys R Us or Walmart or an actual gift that's wrapped, we're going to have that too for them. And we have a Helping Little Hands here in the high school who has volunteered their time as an organization to gift wrap all of the gifts that we're going to bring in. So it's a huge collaborative effort through not just the high school student council, but also the administrators and of course all the students from various clubs and sports teams. And it's grown so much in the last 6 years that in our 6th year it's massive. And you see kids who aren't even in student council that just say, how can I help? And that's the kind of stuff they want to do. So it's become quite an effort that we're very, very proud of.
We see just how special the Hatboro-Horsham district really is in these reports. Students coming together to support their less fortunate in their community and succeeding in making a difference through their own ideas and implementations is truly a significant marvel that we should all be proud of. Well, that's our show. From everyone here at HHTV, have a great holiday and we'll see you next time.